So this podcast is going to be about how to make another society within this one. Now, it's not going to talk about the Hobbit home thing. It's going to talk about how people can actually do things to change the world. It's quite simple, but yet it's complex because it needs teamwork. There needs getting together to fix, certain issues, to create common goals, to fix certain issues, then to go forth with your goals and what you really want to do with the society, and getting more people involved, with the works of the society. So that's basically what people have to do in the society to make a new society, kind of like getting more people once there's a certain amount of people, because the more people would grow the society, right? And make it, but the society within the society would be something like clean living, making things to save the world. You know what I mean? Kind of like there'd be no war, no things like this. And everything would be meant to last. And things would, there would be like, how do I describe this? Like everything that we do would be clean living. You know what I mean? So all I'm trying to say is now the other part of it is the programming. Now this is a side to it that's another 50% of information, because the programming of like how we teach people in society to go about this other society, you know what I mean, in a beneficial way for everybody to create, clean living on the planet, but also have higher technology for the benefit for everybody, like flying vehicles. And it'd be the best of both worlds, where you don't have to get rid of technology. You can use technology to integrate with it. Now, there's so many ways to get programmed. In good ways, bad ways, but this would be programming in programming in all the good ways, to know that like we reuse wooden cups, no plastic. So the programming would be like, there'd be no plastic, clean living. There'd be like a Hobbit home society where it'd be one with the earth, more integrated with the earth and everything. So everybody would know the ways of living in that sort of functioning reality. So this is how to fix, the system, is building another society. They set the example, and that example would echo out to the rest of the world and be known. So then there'd be two ways of living, in a system or in a new society. So we don't get the option. This is like, different countries have different rules. Different nations have different rules. That's all good, because people go where they want and have a choice to where they think is more fair for them. But all I'm saying is that a lot of it is just the same. A lot of it's the same, just a little bit of critiqued rules difference, and it's not gonna really change anything unless we change things drastically and learn things at a young age for the next generation about the good things in the society and everything. And also they got to learn about the old society, the ways of living that made things bad, like pollution, and showing them what not to do so they don't make the mistake again once they're in the new society. So that'd be part of the programming, of good programming, you know what I mean? But all I'm trying to say is that, we need to use our two hands we use our two hands today to do all these things that we can do with technology, to make robots and all this. And all we need to do is program it the right way to work for us, you know. I mean, the society right now, as it is not too bad. I mean, but war, on the other hand, is annihilation situation. And if it's population control they want, we don't need population control. If the whole world was functioning, clean living, everything was upholding the, what is that called when it comes down to like the atmosphere with like pollution and stuff, it basically, you know, come back to the standpoint of like knowing that there's pollution and other things in the atmosphere would be worse for our health, you know what I mean? So to learn all the things that you need to know so that life can thrive and be one, you know what I mean? And then separation, like, it doesn't make us any stronger. Separation doesn't make us any stronger. I've been lonely most of my life, and it's just pouring me down more and more and more. And every day gets more of a struggle. So what I'm trying to say is that once there's a society where, you know, it'd be popular to be good, why would it be popular to be bad when you do bad things to things? And how does that make any sense? But I mean, when people have fun and they go for a cruise with their friends, they're not really evil. They might seem like they're a bad person, like they call it like a bad girl or a bad boy, but really that's just their sort of like the popularity of being bad is kind of cool, but they're not like really bad, like evil. That's not the genre of what I'm trying to say. Like, they're not evil, but real evil people, that's what makes like the celebrities and everything be controlled in some sort of fashions. They can only say so much, they can only do so much, or they have big problems on their shoulders because the powers that be can do extreme things to them that they already know that keeps them in check in some sort of fashions. There's some people that spoke out about it, but then they have to deal with the stress of it all. And there's times where, you know, presidents got assassinated, and I don't know for what reason, but I mean, there's always dangers out there like that. So what I'm getting back to is teamwork, the togetherness, knowledgeableness of teaching each other about the knowledge that the individual has to benefit. See, if everybody used their brain and had individuality of knowledge and we put it all together, we'd fix so many problems right away. But I already know how to fix the main big issues, but then there's smaller issues that still need to be addressed, like producing, you know, wooden cups, glass, stuff that's meant to last, or recyclable. Plastic's recyclable, but too much of it goes to the dump. So that will be just cut out, you know what I mean? And what I'm trying to say is that we are all to be connected, you know, and in this society, the kids that have time from school, off from school, or time off from work, go have fun, but they don't know what fun is anymore. If we all contribute to our food source, then there'll be a lot of time to do what we want. And that's another solution to the problem. And that's what I known from before, but I'm just saying that again because this is related to the video. So, you know what I mean? It's all based off of what we do. And if we change what we do, something different happens to us. If we want something different to happen to us, we got to start doing something differently, using our money to buy land, buy a bunch of land, and use a teamwork of a society, you know, after so many meetings and stuff about what needs to be done. There'll be notes taken upon a bunch of people, and we go for the common goal and the ruling for certain things to take place, like the Hobbit Home Society. Now, this would be passed by government. It'd be kind of like, you know, Indian reservations. It'd be land that we could get, that we could buy, that just before that, whether based off the choices of people make that society grow or it stays the same, depending on people's choices of what they want to live in. If they want to live in a better functioning reality, then they would go towards the Habitable Home Society. If they want to live in the same old stuff that's been going around and eventually working up to the doom of the planet because of so many problems that we have that we're not facing, then we go to the system. And that system is like, right now there's wars going on. So the pressure's on to make this happen. I need more viewers or followers because I don't know if I'm getting an apartment or going to buy land. I'm going to see what I can do first. But I got the $3,000 back pay from SSI. And if I buy land and I stay on it for about a year and save up my money for the materials to build the Hobbit home, then I can set the example for the new society. So hopefully that would get me more famous or out there. But then all the knowledge behind it, I have to orchestrate the solutions. Is what we need is more solutions, less problems. So yeah, and there'd be peace in the Hobbit Home Society. There'd be no war. It'd be meant to always create solutions for all the problems that we're having. And I think people, since, you know, the programming, the programs now is about a lot of hot girls, you know, and, you know, over amount of sexual activity with things and programming. And in that society, they won't have to be, but every once in a while, when you save up and you get all that good energy to be released, it'll be released and it'll be well worth it. See, if you constantly, you know, ejaculate, you're not going to have that much energy and you're going to be controlled like a pawn. See, that's what they're trying to do to the population as well as tactics, that they know the cause and effect. So then there'd be less population anyway, because there'd be more people that are not procreating, if that makes sense, and then that are not procreating, and then, but there needs to be a certain amount to procreate, and that's like the animals. They regulate their own times of year where they procreate and stuff. But humans, you know what I mean? I don't know how they go about it. But it's just that's why there's so many humans on the planet, is because of all this sexual activity type stuff. Well, that's not bad. But all I'm trying to say is that constantly too much of it in your face, you're bound to release the load, you know what I mean? And that wouldn't be good, you know, because too much of that just doesn't make you feel that alive, you know what I mean? You got to save some of your own energy for the girl to please her anyway. So, yep. I love you girls. Neo worships the divine goddess, and I hope you're doing good. And I'll end the podcast with that. This is a pretty long podcast about saving the world. What we need to do to save the world. Anyway, have a good day, everybody. Take care and have a good day.